Season 2, Episode 7 with Alison Appleby.
Our little cutie pie.
I know. She is just like, she's so...
A little ferocious cutie pie who can
Right.
get anything done that she wants.
You beat me to it. Yes, exactly. Which is why we used this quote for this Ted Lasso quote for this episode, which is, "Coach, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore," because Allison like puts herself out of Kansas, metaphorically, wherever she like sees something and wants to try it and wants to challenge herself, and then does it. Not just does it. There's a lot of hard work. I'm not trying to like, but I mean, come on, it's just incredible.
I know. Yeah.
I wish I had that type. I mean, you and I are very proactive people, but I wish I had that type of proactivity at her age.
Yeah, she's like, epilepsy, no big deal. Go, win the, Miss Teen Dallas, no big deal.
Right.
Archery, no big deal.
Archery scholarship.
Also, college, no big deal. And this is all like,
starting a nonprofit. No big deal.
Yeah, exactly. We're kind of sitting there like, oh shit, we need to catch up.
But exactly. Yeah. It's just such a great episode. And we know you guys will enjoy it because she's just an enjoyable person. This episode, we are putting our epilepsy faves and epilepsy fan of the week first instead of waiting till the end. So our epilepsy fave of the week is Sophia, who also runs a nonprofit, is also a teenager. It's called Milo and Me, and she also has a service dog like Allison. I mean, they're practically twins, but just so impressive this generation.
Really, though, yeah, definitely check her out on Instagram. She has so much amazing content.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can't keep up. We just constantly see her posting, and it's amazing stuff all about her and her service dog, and they're adorable.
Yeah, and they've got great merch. If you're interested in merch, they've got a support group for female teens. There's just like so much. Again, another very amazing person doing amazing work. And our fan of the week is someone named Aaron from Dallas. And Aaron, I had the pleasure of speaking with Aaron on the phone because I met his brother, and his brother said, "Oh my God, my brother loves your podcast. Can I call him real quick?" And I was like, "Sure." And he just the message he gave me, I wish Lexi you were on the phone. That was what I was thinking the whole time. I was wishing you were on the phone, and I wish I could have voice recorded it somehow. But he starts just saying how much the podcast means to him. And how it just feels like it gives him a connection to people in the epilepsy community, and we're so happy to hear that. And I was like bawling as he's talking, so much so that my friend Brendan sitting next to me starts bawling too. And not bawling, he was more eyes watering, like to get in that tear. He's like, I can't even hear what he's saying, but I know it's meaningful. It's like, yes, you didn't even hear Aaron's message. So Aaron, this is a shout out to you. Thank you for listening. We're so glad that this is helpful to you. And then last but certainly not least is a big shout out to our sponsors.
Yes.
Thank you so much to SK Life Science and to Neurelis. Because there's a lot of times that we don't feel like we're in Kansas anymore, and you guys help us make us feel like we're back home. I don't know. That metaphor sucked, but
you tried.
Thank you. But we hope you guys enjoy this episode. Hey guys, welcome to What the F. We are here with Alison Appleby, who I'm sure you get this all the time, Alison, but your name is just like so amazing.
I know. I love
adorable.
it. It's just fun to say. And your parents had great thinking on that. They're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, yeah. I'm
They've
sure
been
you
good
get
at
that
that
all
one.
the time. We are so excited to chat with you today. And before we do, we just want to give the audience a brief bio and an overview of who you are. So recently in 2022, Allison was the winner of the Miss Dallas Teen USA. She has always been, and even more so now, a huge epilepsy advocate. In doing that, she started a nonprofit because, that's what we all do in our free time, called Brady's Box, and we're definitely going to talk about that later. And so exciting, Allison is an archer, has been an archer for how many years now?
Oh gosh, 8.
8 years. and is a soon-to-be archer at the University of Pikesville, which is known for its archery, which is so badass. And so,
so excited.
So, yeah, we are so pumped for you. So thank you so much for being here today with us, Allison.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
thank you.
we kind of want to just start off with like the thing that everyone wants to start off with, which is, the Miss Dallas Team USA competition.
Okay. The story is hilarious to me. So I like to tell people that it happened on a dare. So I was at a gala, and one of the girls at my table was telling everyone about how she was going to go for Miss Dallas. And I was like, that sounds really cool. Like, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
And I had Brady there, and the lady across the table from me was like, you can't do that. I was like, why? She's like, oh, you have a service dog. Like,
Excuse
you're
me?
disabled. You can't do such things. I was like, wow. So where do I sign up? And the girl was like, no, you totally should. I did not tell my mom I signed up. I just signed up right there. Didn't realize that it was in 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
I had no dresses, no pageant experience, anything like that. I told my mom like a couple minutes later, I was like, hey, what are you doing in 2 weeks? She was like, why? I was like, I'm competing for Miss Dallas Teen. We did not think anything of it.
Oh,
I bought my dresses 3 days before it.
Oh my gosh.
I partly forgot I was doing it. So I just like looked at my calendar and I was like, oh, right. I'm doing that this weekend. Okay, cool.
Big deal.
Didn't know anything about it. And I went in, my parents were taking bets on how long it would take for me to get kicked out. They were like, so it was 2 days. The first day, my dad showed up with a coffee cup in his hand and keys ready. He was like, are we done yet? I was like, no, like, I'm actually doing well. He was like, no, you're not. Like, no, there's no way. And literally in the video of me winning, I say, oh no, because I had no idea that would happen. I literally walked into it with no idea what I was doing. Walked on stage barefoot, which is my favorite part of all of it. During the interview,
how did no one notice you were barefoot though?
I had a giant ball gown.
So, oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how I had to do it.
Biggest
Okay.
ball gown ever.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, yeah, if no one's gonna see your feet.
Exactly. And
yeah,
I got enough attention having a service dog on stage. I did not need the attention of falling.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever.
Good call.
There's an interview portion, and I pretty much told off one of the judges. I walked, I was like, Mom, we've got a problem. One of the judges was like, well, if you were to win this, how would this help your epilepsy? And I was like,
that's a
tiara is not going to help epilepsy. Sorry.
Yeah,
excuse me, what?
That is such a bullshit question. Sorry, but
oh my gosh, the questions. I'm sorry, they were very random.
What was your response?
No, I fully told her, I was like, a tiara is not going to fix epilepsy.
Oh, you literally. Oh,
and the timer went off right there. I was like, oh no. Okay. So I walked out of the interview. I was like, Mom, we might want to pack up. Like, that was bad. When I got the rubric back, I got the highest interview points. Lord knows why.
Maybe that type of honesty.
I mean, I love your answer.
Like,
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. And I had been talking to these girls, and they were like, yeah, I've been training for interview for like a year now. I've interviewed coaches and all. I was like, okay, my interview outfit was $14 for TJ Maxx. Great. But it was like the best thing ever. I have been able to do so much, like meet y'all. Like it's actually been really great, but it was shocking for a while. I'm still kind of like, how did this happen?
Oh my God. I did not know pageants were so, I mean, like I had somewhat of an idea, but I had no clue that they're so intense. And like, it sounds like everyone else who was at them was kind of intense.
How did that go? Like behind the scenes? And
I definitely pissed off some girls there because I was new. Like I had no idea. I do have Asperger's syndrome. So I have no social skills, surprisingly. So I took a nap backstage. Fully used Brady as a pillow, fell sound asleep. That made the girls mad. I was eating gummy bears, and when I win, you can see I have a bright blue tongue. Yeah.
Really?
Like, this just keeps getting the more... Every time I tell the story, I'm like, I should not have won. Like, this is bad. some of the
No,
girls
I
were so
love
nervous they were like
this.
throwing up. They were like taking
Oh,
anti-anxiety meds, like,
wow.
and I'm sitting here taking a nap backstage with my dog, and I was
Wow.
like, I do not like. I didn't realize that this was going to be such a big deal.
Sure.
And I'd been talking to the girls, and they're like, "Have you done any training? Like, what practices have you been to?" I was like, "Nothing."
Mhm.
I showed up 4 hours late.
Oh.
So I had a nonprofit event. I am a spokesperson for the Alzheimer's Association, and I was the chair of the Alzheimer's Walk, and I had the Alzheimer's Walk that day. And I was like, well, I'm not missing that. Like,
Right.
I've been planning this all year. So I texted the director, and I was like, hey, I'm going to be 4 hours late. Hope you don't mind. And she was like, that's a new one, but okay. Like, never heard of that happening before. So I missed the rehearsal. I missed like the orientation part. I went up there with absolutely no idea what I was doing. And I was like, you know what? Like, I had no stress. I was like,
Right.
whatever happens, happens. And I'm kind of going to
Yeah.
go into the same thing with Miss Texas that I'm competing in because I have no idea what I'm doing, like, still. And they hired, as Miss Dallas, they hired a bunch of like trainers, coaches, all of that for me. And I think they're all kind of losing hope. Like, I feel so bad.
I don't know. It looks like it worked. I mean,
Yeah.
your own way the first time around. Just walk up there
Right.
with no
Yeah.
heels on, just barefoot with your
Like,
dog. I mean, yeah, someone liked it.
And the makeup artist that they used was actually Miss Dallas last year. And she sat on that couch and yelled at me. She was like, you are not taking this seriously in a good way, not in like a mean way, but in a good
Okay.
way. She was
Okay.
like, you're not taking
I
this
was like,
seriously. You need to have
mm-mm.
faith in yourself. You're going to win. And I was like, dude, no, I'm not.
Wow.
But the experience was so good. The girls did not like me, and I don't blame them for that at all.
Why not?
Some of these girls have been training their whole lives for this. I showed up with my $14 interview outfit. I kind of showed up
Yeah.
out of the blue. I mean,
Sure.
you know, if I put myself in their shoes, I'm like, yeah, okay, makes sense.
Well, I do wonder, like, just flipping
Mhm.
the script, like, if someone were to show up to, an archery competition and, like, kind of with the same thing where they hadn't trained, they hadn't, they were 4 hours late, all these things, and were really, really, really good. But I feel like
I
you
was that girl. So my first tournament,
You are just at
I'm
everything.
going
I
to the
love
deep end
this.
every time. So my first tournament with the Junior Olympics, I told my coach, I was like, well, I don't want to like have a slow summer to like get used to tournaments. I just want to go for it. So he was like, okay, this summer's Olympic qualifiers. And I think he was trying to like scare me. And I was like, okay. He was like, wait, no, like you're not supposed to. No.
right?
So I ended up going to a stage of Olympic qual. I actually did half the circuit. So I did how it works is you have your American circuit to pick who's going to be on the team, and then it goes a whole mess.
Sure.
But I did the first circuit because I was like, screw it, I want to try. So I showed up to Florida. I was probably 90 pounds. I was the youngest on the field. I looked like an
Wow.
idiot because I barely know how to set up my bow. And everyone's like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you here? And I figured it out. Like, it worked out. Did not
Girl.
win, but
Oh
I
my
figured it out.
gosh.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
awesome. You know what? I love that too. And I
gosh.
do feel like, it so much here. So first of all, like you're just a fucking badass. I just want to start plopping you in things you haven't tried and be like, let's see what happens because I bet she's gonna win. Like I bet
At
she's
this
gonna
point, dude, I'm going to try everything at this point. Like, screw it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I could see that. You have that energy and you definitely take that initiative. But you also put out really positive vibes. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
if situation were reversed, you would be happy for someone who came in
Yeah.
as like
Oh, yeah.
as like literally the underdog, But that's just
Mhm.
me projecting my views onto you. But it just seems
Yeah.
like they're the type of person that would be like, you know what? That's pretty cool, the underdog one.
Honestly,
Absolutely.
the girls in the Miss division, so there's Miss and Teen, the girls in the Miss division got so excited for me. So when I turned around after
Oh.
winning, there was like a huddle of girls hugging me. And I don't like hugs. That scares the bejesus out of me. But it was the cutest thing. And my miss I have now, Renisha, she's Miss Dallas. I'm Miss Dallas teen. She is the sweetest thing. She's so proud of me for like even the smallest achievements. She's like, "You're doing it." And they could not have picked a better team because she's a special education teacher at a middle school. So every event we go to, she can read me. She knows exactly how to help. She's ready to help. She's just, it's so cute. She's proud of me for every little thing. It makes my heart so happy.
Oh,
That
that's cute. You should have around.
That's really, really sweet. And like, talk about the dream team, right?
Yeah.
I
Like,
know.
that's really awesome.
Gosh.
And I'm just happy you have that support nearby as you go
I really
into
do.
this. Yeah.
I don't know this intense. I got to judge one. I have no right to be judging a pageant, but they let me judge a pageant. That was wild. It was ages 6 months to 50 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we've got
Wow.
bandwidth.
We got a
gosh.
range.
Yeah. Okay.
It was
Yeah.
7 hours.
Wow.
And that was night one. I did not finish out the weekend because I had a seizure. And I was like, this is
That was my first thought. I was like,
Didn't.
how'd you do that?
Yeah.
I had a seizure.
How?
It was a wild experience. Parents were spending thousands of dollars for their kids to compete in this. And I was like, your kid is 6 months old.
Yeah.
And you spent $2,000 on the entry fee alone.
Okay.
So
Ouchie.
I was not surprised when girls were
Man.
kind of upset. Like, you take this very seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Totally.
Well, and you mentioned having a seizure, while there. What's that like to be able to have, your dog Brady
Yeah.
next to you when that happens? A lot of people haven't,
Yeah.
I haven't experienced that with a dog yet. I mean, my dog would just like cuddle up next to me, but Brady's specially trained.
At the pageant, it was so busy that there was no food. Like, they gave us meals, but there was no time to eat it.
Mhm.
And my blood
Yeah.
sugar is a big trigger for me.
Me too. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Brady insisted that I get food. And I was like, dude, I don't have time to eat. So he ran backstage and grabbed a granola bar off the table and brought it to me.
Oh my God.
He knows how to
He's
do
so
that?
He can
cute.
find.
Oh my gosh.
So he ran and got it. And he was like, Mom, you're going to eat this. And he threw it at me. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to fight. I will eat the granola bar. He did alert on
Oh my
stage
gosh.
a high heart rate. So when my heart rate is high, he'll jump on me. And right now, he can do deep pressure therapy where you have different spots in your body where if you put pressure on it, it can lower your heart rate. And I was on stage and he jumped on me and I was like, oh no, dude, we're not doing this. So I just ran off stage, even though I wasn't supposed to. I was like, I'm not doing this on stage.
Yeah.
So he just
Yup.
puts his paws on the inside of my arm here and it lowers my heart rate. But he was like, nope, you are getting off stage or I'm doing this right here, right now. But I am helping you. And it was the funniest thing. I surprisingly did not have a seizure while at the pageant that I competed in. Now, the one I was
Wow.
judging, that was another story.
Yeah.
But at the one I competed in, I did not have a seizure, partly because I kind of insisted that I take care of myself. Like I said, slept
Mhm.
backstage. I was like, I need sleep. I
Yep.
got up at 4 o'clock this morning for makeup. I'm going to sleep right here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I took care of myself and I made sure I did. And Brady, if I didn't, Brady made sure I did. But at the pageant, I
Mhm.
judged. I had my mom holding Brady in the back of the room. It was like a big ballroom. I had my mom holding Brady in the back. And he broke away from her and ran up to me like, you're going to have a seizure. And he barked in my face. I was like, all right, cool. We'll do this.
Wow.
So he has
Really?
different ways of alerting me. He'll bark for a seizure. He hits me for blood sugar. So he will walk over and slap me, like, fix it. And then he'll go get me a snack if I can't go get it.
That's so
For
awesome.
stress, he will jump on me and let me know. He is trained to the point where if I'm tired, he will bring me my stuffed animal from my room and throw it at me. Like, you gotta go to bed. And if
That
I'm in
is
public,
so
he grabs
cute.
the edge of my shirt and drags me down.
Wow.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he is like any other dog where if I have
I
a
want
seizure,
one.
he lays down with me. Like, okay,
Mhm.
we'll cuddle.
Yeah.
I had one in the middle of Target once, and we were in the book section of Target, and I'm laying on the floor with my dog. And someone walked by and took a video, and they were like laughing at me. I'm sure it went on TikTok or something. Who knows?
I'm sorry.
Oh, ew.
I was like, whatever. Like, I've heard it all. I've seen it all. You can do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's helped in all kinds of situations.
What was it like to even get a service dog?
It was actually mortifying. So I sat in the doctor's office, and I am drug resistant. And at this point, she looked at me and she was like, I don't know what else to do. I have nothing for you. All I can say is try a service dog. And I was like, I'm not broken. Like, I don't, at the time I was 16, and I was like, I am so broken that there is nothing else for me but a dog that can help. And it sucked for a little bit. I was like, I can't function as a teenager without a dog. Eventually, once I got Brady, so I was on the wait list for months. It took 9 months.
Yeah, those wait lists are, they can be like 3 years.
Crazy.
Like,
yeah. I got lucky because I got a call, and they were like, hey, in a week, you're picking up your service dog. And I was like, okay.
That's fast.
Cool. Yes, I'm getting a dog. I ran out, got all the puppy supplies. They're like, yeah, like someone apparently was on the list and then couldn't have the dog. So they're like, this one is for you. Go get it. Go pick it up.
Okay.
Once I got Brady, I felt a lot better though. It took some time to get used to him though. So like I take him out to hang out with my friends.
Really?
And I had a bad friend group for a while, and they were like, don't bring your dog. That's annoying. Got rid of them. Not friends with them anymore.
Okay.
Now my friends are like, Brady, where's Brady?
Yeah.
And like,
that's how we
if I
are.
don't
We're
bring
like,
him,
where is you said he's sitting at your feet right now? Is he at your feet right now? Oh,
yeah, he's always at my feet.
so cute.
Oh, cute.
I got lucky, like with my teammates. We went out to dinner, and Brady was tired, so I was like, I'm gonna leave him at the hotel to sleep. I showed up there like, where's Brady? Like, we wanted to see him. I was like, guys, nice to see you too. It definitely took a while to figure that out because I call him my walking caution sign. Because when you're in public, he makes it very clear that you're sick.
Yeah, totally. It
And I
kind
was
of takes
embarrassed to
away
have
the invisibility of the invisible disability that epilepsy is considered. Yeah.
It was really difficult. I would go out in public, and of course, people talk to you about the dogs because it's a puppy dog. So you're going to talk and you're going to ask questions, and I'm learning to answer them short, sweet, to the point. But for a while there, I would freeze up and be like, oh my gosh, I have to tell these people what's wrong with me. Like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I don't know what to do. I've learned now that I just teach people about it rather than like, I have my canned, hey, I have epilepsy. He's a seizure alert dog. He's still in training. He's 2 years old, blah, blah, blah. I've gotten some weird questions, but other than that, it's usually crazy.
Are we going to add then to your canned speech? No questions. I'm not taking questions at this time. Sorry.
I actually have little cards that I made that are like, this is Brady. He's a seizure alert dog. He does this, this, and this. If you want more information, go on my Instagram. Plug
That's
the Instagram.
Brilliant. You
100%.
have great self-care. Like, I am just so impressed. This whole
I had a dog trainer teach me that. So at one point, before I was pageant queen and I could piss people off without fear, a lady came up to me. I was in a restaurant, and she was like, well, it was the manager. She was like, well, you don't even have anything wrong with me. Like, what's even wrong with you?
Oh my God.
And I
That's
was like,
illegal.
well,
to ask, by the way.
literally. And she was the manager of this restaurant.
Yeah, she should know that. That's
And
illegal.
the trainer looked at her and was like, what color are your underwear? And she's like, what? She was like, well, they're about as personal. Like, those questions add up. Personal question.
God.
And I love his trainer.
Oh my
She was the
God.
I was
best.
going to say.
I sat there like jaw to the floor.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
go off.
Oh my God.
I still love that, but I can't say that anymore because, like, I have to be ladylike with the pageant and all of that. Can't piss people off
Hey,
too
you know what?
much.
You won by being authentic. Just be your authentic self, girl.
Very true.
Yeah.
And gosh, I still love that. I still
Man.
laugh at that.
That is awesome.
That is amazing. How long did it take, like, working with the trainer in Brady until, he was kind of like, okay, got his
it took a while.
like,
So he has been by my side since he was 7 weeks old.
Wow.
I got him at 7 weeks, and I have worked with the trainer at least once a week since then. But because it's epilepsy, he has to get to know me and everything about me, including my chemical imbalances.
Sure.
yeah.
So I could not send him to puppy boarding school, that's what it's called,
Okay.
until he was older.
Okay,
So now we have a thing called puppy boot camp. He goes away for a week, works with the trainer, comes back, and he's like, angel puppy. I mean, he's an angel right now, but a different kind. And we do that every couple of months. But I took him to training last night, and it was service dog school. A bunch of dogs, bunch of handlers, and y'all learn something. Everyone has something different. Right now there's 3 epileptics, though, which is kind of cool.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh,
I love
cool.
hearing that. I just love
all
hearing
kinds
that.
of dogs.
Yeah.
They even have a
Dogs.
puppy yearbook. Like,
Yeah.
they have a yearbook. And school picture day.
Oh my God.
Cutest thing.
Oh
Does
my
he get
gosh.
dressed up? Is he allowed to? Like
Yes,
wear like a tie?
obviously.
Okay. Nice. I love it.
He wore a black bow tie. Cutest thing ever. I'm waiting for the picture to come back.
Perfect.
And next time he will be wearing his archery jersey because he got one. They gave him a jersey.
Oh, come on.
It's the cutest thing.
Oh,
Brand is going
so
now.
cute.
It's
yeah.
adorable.
Oh.
But it took a lot for me to get here with him. I did not take him out with my friends for the first couple of months. I was like, no, can't do that. It took until I had a seizure on a first date with a guy for me to get used to Brady.
Yeah.
That was the most embarrassing thing of my life. And turns out I'm still really good friends with him.
Really?
Fine,
Yeah,
whatever.
I've been there too. And
I
yeah.
feel like every epileptic has been there at some point.
Yeah.
Just the most inconvenient moment for a seizure, and you see.
Yep.
So now I take Brady everywhere. Like, I'm going to go to the
that
movies
was your
tonight with my
tipping
friends.
point. You're like,
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I will suck it up. I'm taking Brady.
Yeah.
He went to football games with me over football season. He goes to archery tournaments with me. Goes on the plane, goes to galas. I took him to a daddy-daughter dance for the pageant I was invited to.
Oh.
It was over 100 little
Cute.
girls, ages 3 to 8. Terrified me. He loved every ounce of it. Scariest thing of my life.
Brady's like, hey, you got
He
this.
thought he was the king. He star of the show.
I was gonna say, I'm sure all those kids were
We
just
got
all
trampled
over.
multiple times. And if you can imagine 100 little girls chasing the princess with the puppy dog, it's a fun night.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
They had me in a gown with a
My
tiara, like
gosh.
whole 9 yards.
Wow. Okay.
That was
Okay.
Wow.
That probably needed a few recovery days.
I did.
Yeah.
I definitely did.
Yeah, no
I went
kidding.
home and slept like 16 hours. Like,
I believe
am
it.
not recovering from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But he goes everywhere.
so,
Gosh.
and, okay, first of all, your transformation from, being so self-conscious about it to then like taking such good self-care, being like, you know what? It's not me. It's these friends that are, you're rejecting him that I need to get rid of. I think that's just so amazing. And then also, like you said, it's been almost 2 years. Like that's a short period of time to adjust, and I'm just so impressed by that. And I know service dogs are really important to you and just as a whole for, all people with disabilities. And that led you to found Brady's Box. And I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm so excited. I love talking about this because I'm so excited. I actually had a meeting.
We'd love to
I
hear.
told my friends, I was like, hey, I can't hang out today. I have a meeting with my accountant. They were like,
No big deal.
no big deal.
Like every senior in high
like,
school.
what?
Yep.
Right. So I noticed after getting into service dog school that there are a lot of reasons people keep the dog. So they're not covered by most insurance companies. And for a lot of people, they're a last resort. So you are to the point where you are so sick that the last thing you can have is a dog.
Yeah.
Most doctors will not tell you. They're like,
Mhm.
no, you can try this medicine, this one. is a last resort. And I watched a girl have to give up her dog because she couldn't afford him. And this happens a lot, actually. So I was like, no, like there needs to be something. So for Christmas this year, as Christmas gifts to a bunch of people, my mom and I made a donation to the service dog school on their behalf. And
Oh, wow.
while I was sitting there at dog training, I handed the trainer a check, and a lady came around and was like, I cannot afford this piece of equipment for my dog. Her son was 13, needed a vest that had a handle on it to help him stand up when he falls down. And it was $400. And she was like, I cannot afford this. I don't know
Wow.
what to do. So the trainer turned around, handed her the check, and said, here you go. Like, this should cover it. And that's what did it for me. I was like, this is what
I
did
know.
it.
I'm about to start crying too. I'm like,
Yeah. So I was
oh my
thinking
gosh.
about it. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to handle starting a nonprofit. Like, that's a lot to take on. And the week after, a girl got in a car accident and she couldn't afford the protective crate for the car. And the dog got hurt in the accident and she couldn't afford the vet bills.
Oh my gosh.
So she had a very hard time and she ended up going in debt. It was a huge problem.
Ugh.
We all raised money. We all helped her. Eventually, we cut a check and we were like, there you go. Like, this should help.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that kind of thing. But that crate is what really stood out because it's a $600 crate. And
Yeah.
I mean, they are crash tested. Those things, I can personally say those things help with everything. Like, they are indestructible. But at the same time, they're $600.
Right.
And I was like, most people can't afford this. Like, especially since when you have a service dog, you have hospital bills to pay, you have medical bills. Like, they're expensive.
Yep.
They can be upwards of $50,000.
This shit ain't cheap.
I mean, like I
Just
looked into it actually. I wanted to get a service dog and I was just and like the waiting list was too long and then it was like I didn't qualify for my type of epilepsy. Like they were like, no. And it was just, there's just
a pain.
Yeah, there was just like a no.
Big pain. And you have to be your own advocate when it comes to getting a service dog. You kind of have to fight for it. But as my parents and I said, they were like, well, you got free college. So this is like the price of college. So it worked out.
It's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So I decided right there, I was like, no, I need to do something. Like, this is bad.
Yeah.
And I called Brady's crate in my car, his box, because I think it looks like I'm throwing my dog into a box. So I call it the Brady box and I was like, screw it. I'm starting the Brady box fund and I'm helping people because I can't take it. I can't watch this any longer. So right now I actually had a meeting last night and I am helping a woman. She has a debt of $22,000 and I am getting her dog food. I'm giving her a couple $100 right now because obviously I am starting out nonprofit. This is like a couple months old. We do not have $22,000 to give, but I can give what I can. And I have a treat fund going. So treats are so expensive. I never realized until I was looking at my bank account with my mom. She was like, where's all your money going? Like, you're spending a lot of money. And I was like, Mom, I swear it's not me, it's Brady. And she went over the dog treat. She was like, these are expensive treats. Like, this is crazy. So what I do is I go around and like at my archery team or at my mom's office or different places like that, I ask, can you bring some dog treats? And when people hear the story, they fill the box. They're like, no, I got dog treats for you. I can give you dog treats. They go to Sam's Club, they buy out the place. I see some sad stuff doing it, but I also see some happy things. I was able to help a little boy. He was 6 years old. I was able to help him get a service dog, he has epilepsy. That hit my heart. I was like, oh my God, I helped this 6-year-old get a dog. I helped a girl through I worked with another nonprofit. We scraped together $12,000 and she is able to have a service dog now. She has a couple different problems and we were like, you know what? You need this dog. You need to go to college. You need to be a normal kid. We're going to help you. We scraped together between the nonprofit that I was working with at the time and Brady Box Fund. we got 12 grand and sent it out to her.
Oh, this is,
Oh
you're
my
just making such
gosh.
a difference in so many people's lives. This is wonderful.
It's crazy.
Is there a place that our listeners can go to donate?
So I'm working on that. I had a place to donate. The accountant was like, we're going to change this. I am working on making a website right now.
Awesome.
Just got his brand in. I call it Brady's nonprofit. Like, it's his.
I love
obviously. He's the one running it. So I just got his brand in. So the website should be coming up soon. I will let y'all know when it does. Then the next thing we're working on is making like t-shirts and stuff like that, fundraising. Just everything like
buying
that.
t-shirts for sure.
I'm so excited about all of it.
Yeah.
I'm geeking out. I'm like, I get called. Instagram is coming up as well. I was actually planning on doing that after my nap today. Gotta get the nap in, and then I can work on that. So there's going to be an Instagram and a Facebook and all of that. And I had someone write a check for me for $2,000, and she sent it absolutely like anonymous. I received in my mailbox, don't know how she got my address. I was a little creeped out about that. I'm not going to lie, but got a $2,000 check and said, use this for whoever needs it. And I was like, that's never happened for me. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I turned around and used that last night for someone who couldn't afford a piece of gear for their dog.
Could you go, girl?
That
You're in
was
fuego. Oh my
I was
gosh.
so excited to do that too. I felt really cool. I was like, don't worry, I can write the check. Like, I felt so cool doing that.
Totally.
How do you do all this? I mean,
I know.
you're finishing up high school, you've got a nonprofit, you're doing huge pageants, and then you're going off to college. I mean, holy crap. I was not doing that at your age.
She's like, college is going to be the least stressful thing for you. Because, like, you will not have to worry. So, my archery range I go to
you will take
every
that
day
place by storm.
is an hour away. And then twice a week, I drive 3 hours to my coach. My dorm is above my archery range at my new school.
Oh, God.
So
I just thought of all the naps you're going to be able to take. I'm like, you're going to be.
No, literally. And I told my coach, I was like, hey, so like, sometimes I need a nap. He was like, okay, like, that's fine. He was like, there's a physical therapy bed in the back. You can sleep there if you need to. Like,
wow.
I was like, okay, cool. Because I have taken naps on the range floor of my range. It's an old Home Depot building, big concrete floors. I've just cashed out, like, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
So it's college is going to be so nice. A lot less stress.
Yeah. You are,
gosh,
like Lexi
jeez.
said, you are definitely going to take college by storm.
It's a goal.
Yeah. It'll be no biggie at all.
I did pick the hardest major, but I'm doing
You already picked
biomed.
a major. Look at you go.
Yes. So I'm doing
a major
pre-med.
before they go.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Sorry, I missed it.
Pre-med.
Pre-med.
So my goal is to go to medical school.
Go, girl.
What?
I love it. That makes so
my
much sense. I can totally see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I cannot wait to watch all
We're
this
just going to be the
happen.
fangirls on the side, just being like,
the funniest thing is I wanted to be a neurologist since I was like 3 years old. So when I was diagnosed with epilepsy, I was like, this is perfect. Like, I get experience in the field.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not the way to look at this.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
you know, you're sick. I was like, that's fine. Like, I get experience.
total. No, well, it does make a huge difference too. Like
Yeah.
we've spoken on season 1, we had Dr. Brad Ingram, who is an epileptologist living with epilepsy, you know? And so his perspective is completely different. It's just because he gets
get
it
to
from
see
two
a lot.
sides. It's like,
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah. That walks in the room and you're immediately like, okay,
I'm
I trust
not
you.
saying that's what you have to go into, obviously, you know?
No, yeah.
But
That's been my goal for years, though, like since I was 3. So why not?
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Girl,
Holy crap.
I'm feeling inspired. I'm
Well,
feeling
you've
like
got
I
a
need to
lot
go
of stuff
start a
to watch.
nonprofit or just like go ahead.
I don't recommend
right?
it. It's difficult. I'm struggling.
She straight up just
I
like,
spent my
no,
Friday
don't do
night
it.
looking over a stack of papers about this high. And I was like, ooh, okay, this is just the way I want to spend my Friday night. And it was all legal terms. I don't know what I read. Read it all. Couldn't tell you what it was. But I read it. And I was like, okay,
Oh
yeah,
my
this is
gosh.
a lot more than I expected, but it's worth it. Every time I think like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Like, this is too much. I do something where I'm like, okay, never mind. I like this. it's worth it.
That's awesome. Well, girl, keep us posted on,
totally.
like when the website comes out, Instagram account, all that stuff. So we will absolutely put that, listeners, we will put that information out on our podcast page, up on our website. We will support you to the end of the earth, truly. Because
Thank you. Everyone keep an eye on this girl. She's got even bigger things coming.
Yes, I'm sorry. He came over. I said his name one too many times.
Oh, is there any chance we can see him or no?
Oh no, I love it.
Too.
Oh,
gosh, he is so cute.
Oh.